a kinkajou. Have you guys ever heard of that? Yeah. So this is a really crazy animal from the rainforest of South America. And even though he looks like all of those things, he's related to none of them. So he is actually in the raccoon family. So that means he thinks just like a raccoon. He thinks what's his is his, what's yours is his, and everything is his. So he does not like to share very much, especially when it comes to food. And just like a raccoon, he is very nocturnal as well. So he's got those really big eyes and ears to help him see and hear at night. Now we have another nickname for these kinkajous. We call them honey bears. So do you guys think that they like honey?
Yeah.
They love it. Yeah, they love honey. So out in the rainforest where he lives, if he spots a nice big beehive, he'll take that little head of his. Is that not good enough for you? And he will shove it straight into that beehive. Now you guys haven't seen him stick out his tongue yet, but his tongue is about 6 inches long.
No.
And he'll use that really long tongue to lick up all that delicious honey. But what else do you guys find in beehives? Bees, right? Lots of now very angry bees. Well, he's got something for that too. His fur is actually so thick, the bees can't sting down to the skin. So he's got his very own built-in bee suit right here on him. Yes, a good boy. You want some more snacks?
He wants more.
He does that everything's mine thing. He could work for the IRS, huh?
Yeah, he could. Oh, let's try and not make, that's, I think, spooking him a little bit.
The noise.
Yeah,
from
he was
that
like
thing.
jumping on my shoulders. You're okay, nothing scary
All right, so
here.
no moving.
So these guys don't just like honey, they love all kinds of sweet stuff, especially fruit, and they have a special way to get that fruit. You guys see this tail that he has here? So it's a lot like a monkey tail. It's called prehensile, and it's a grabbing tail. So what he can do is he can actually hang from it, just like that,
Oh my God.
and that'll help free up his front hands, because these kinkajous live about 75 feet up in the trees, so he doesn't want to drop his food and have to go all the way down and get it, where there might be predators like jaguars and boa constrictors that might want to eat him. So he wants to stay nice and safe up in those trees. You have a question?
Like, why are his feet like hooking around your
He uses the feet as well. You're a hanger. He loves to hang. It's a good boy, Miko. So these guys, like I said, all love all kinds of fruit, but there's a part of the fruit he doesn't like to eat. What do you think that might be?
Seeds.
Seeds. Excellent. He does not like seeds. So what he'll do is spit those out all over the rainforest floor, and in doing so, he'll actually help garden the rainforest, because lots of new plants and trees are going to grow and create a lot of great homes and food for all the other animals that live there. So these guys have a very, very important job of gardening that rainforest. All right, so let me go ahead and get him some more treats here. Can you come over here?
Wow, he could eat.
He could. I bring all kinds of food for him.
Wow.
All right, so James, I'm going to have you come on up, and you're going to do one finger, and you're going to touch right on his tail, okay? What do you think? A lot of fur, really dense, really thick fur. All right, I'm going to give you some hand sanitizer, and then I'm going to have Zerlina just pick a couple more kids to come on up and meet Miko. We're going to do 3 kids. Oh. Something's spooking him.
Something
You're okay,
else.
baby boy.
Maybe the sound is
Okay, yeah, nobody move.
All right, there we go.
this one.
Yeah, those. And that thing makes noise too. All these plasticky things.
Okay, the little boy already touched, so he'll need hand sanitizer. She's gonna go one finger. Just
He
like
can
that.
eat.
Yeah, these guys eat like their weight in food every day, I swear. It's like a 7-pound animal, and he eats almost that in
I want to
food.
eat like that.
It does, yeah.
And not having.
Why are you being
impact.
so jumpy, sir? I'm just touching your tail.
Is he jumpy?
Yeah.
Aw.
He's like, I just want to eat my
Okay, you
muffin.
guys. Yeah, it's the noises.
There we go. All right, guys, if you want to take one last look at Miko's face here, we're going to go ahead and say goodbye to Miko, the kinkajou.
He's got his hands full of food.
Really? He grabbed a whole bunch on the way back. He's like, oh,
Yeah.
For like, I better get some more
exactly.
he understands the word going back.
All right, guys, so our last 2 animals come to us from right here in North America. So we're going to be doing our next one right on this table here. Her name is Snow Pea.
Aw.
oh, it has to be a turtle.
What do you guys think it is? Oh my God, he's huge.
I know.
Oh, it's a huge porcupine. Sheila, there's a gigantic porcupine right next to it. Oh my gosh.
All right, so this here is Snow Pea, and I'm guessing you all know that Snow Pea is a porcupine, right? So how did you know she was a porcupine?
The spikes.
The spikes, very good. The twills. So these porcupines, they have a very unique scent, a very unique odor. So if you find something that's a little bit smelly, this is actually her very own built-in perfume, and that's how she attracts a boyfriend out in the wild.
Oh.
I know, it does not smell good at all to us. It kind of smells like body odor, like really like a boy's locker room. It does not smell good to us, but great to other porcupines. And these guys are the second largest rodent that we have here in North America after the beaver. So they all share the giant rodent teeth that grow their entire life. So they're constantly chewing on all kinds of things to keep them nice and filed down. Now, you guys mentioned you knew she was a porcupine because of the quills, right? So she's got about 30,000 quills all over that body. And just like our hedgehog friend, she uses them for protection. But what makes these quills so dangerous is they're actually barbed on the end. So you can think of them as like, on the end of each quill, tiny little fish hooks. So what they do is they go in, but they do not come back out. So with those quills, she can actually take down something as big as a mountain lion. Yeah, so if one were silly enough to take a swipe at her with his paw, he's going to get a paw full of quills. Now, he can't pull them out like we can because he doesn't have fingers, right? So he's going to try to rub them off on maybe a rock or a tree, and all it's going to do is drive the quills deeper and deeper into the skin. Now, the body can't do anything with those quills, so they're just going to start floating around and poking holes in everything. So it may take a few weeks, but she can take down something as big as that mountain lion. And that's why these porcupines move so slow, because most animals know not to mess with them.
Oh, they don't need to
For the
move
most part,
fast.
yeah. Now, looking at Snow Pea here, do you guys think she's a good tree climber?
Yes.
Yeah, you see those really long curved claws that she's holding her apple with? So she'll use those like grappling hooks to climb up into the trees. But do you guys think that she ever accidentally maybe falls out of a tree?
No.
She can on occasion. She can be a little bit clumsy. And when that happens, do you think she ever accidentally quills herself?
Yes.
She does, but
Oh.
porcupines, actually their body makes their very own medicine, so they're not going to get injured from the quills like other animals will. So they've got their own protection against that. Now what about swimming? Do you think she's a good swimmer?
No.
She doesn't look like it, but she's actually a really good swimmer.
Really?
Yeah, and it's because of these quills. They're hollow on the inside. So have you guys ever played with pool noodles in the pool in the summertime?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can think of them as like 30,000 mini pool noodles. So she floats right across the water, nice and easy. Do you have a question right here?
Whoa.
Did she roll up into a ball too?
She does not, but you guys see how she's kind of always in this hunched position? So she doesn't have any quills on that belly because she needs at least one part of her body that isn't spiky and uncomfortable. So she's always
you're
kind
not
of hunched
attractive.
over protecting that belly, yeah. But she will not roll into a ball, but she doesn't need to because she's got way more quills than the hedgehog does spines, and hers are barbed. So she's got some really excellent protection all over her body. And if you guys got to look at that tail, she's got like a beaver tail, but like almost all quills and no fur. It's a really intense. How does she sleep? So she
On
she
her
does
belly.
sleep hunched over, and then she also, I like to call it walrusing out. She kind of like completely pancakes out on the ground. So yeah, she'll also sleep sitting up too. I've seen her kind of like perched up against in her house or in the travel crate. She'll take a nap kind of up on the side. They sleep in really weird positions because also they have to be used to sleeping in a tree if need be. Yeah.
So
they're-
is every one of those barbed?
Yes.
Oh,
Every single one. Yep. They are some serious, serious protection.
I heard a story about how they mate. You know the answer is.
It's
Very
very carefully.
Yes.
Yes, they do. All right, James, do you want to come on up and meet a porcupine? They do not. They can't shoot out their quills. That's thankfully just a myth. All right, so what you're going to do is I'm actually going to have you come right over here. And you're going to do a nice flat hand, and you're going to touch right on her back like that. Very good. I'm going to have Zerlina get you some hand sanitizer.
Jimmy.
Sorry.
Is it like stiff hair?
No.
It's actually, the quill is just a modified hair. So you can think of it as like a hollow, it almost feels like straw. Yeah, so it's very hard. All right, so I'm going to have Zerlina call up some other kids. We'll do like 5 this time for Snow Pea here. She's enjoying hanging out in the shade, getting her snacks.
too?
They're mostly diurnal, but I imagine in the wild they're going to be a bit more what's called crepuscular, so they'll probably be more active during dawn and dusk. Especially in the summertime when it gets really hot, they've got a really thick coat of fur. All right, so we'll go one at a time. I'm going to have you come right over here, and you're going to do a nice flat hand, just like that, okay? Very good, and then come get some hand sanitizer and go ahead and take a seat again. All right, nice flat hand, just like that. Alright, ready? Nice flat hand. Just like, very good. Alright, ready? Just like that, okay? Good job. Alright, are there any adults out there that want to meet Snoopy? Anyone feeling brave enough?
I'll do it.
Okay.
Have you had him or her since baby?
Yeah, we've had her since she was just a little, they call them
Oh,
porky
wow.
pets when they're
Oh,
babies.
wow.
So we've had her since she was very, very
Totally
young. So
rough.
she's used to being handled, she's used to being crate trained, car ride, the whole thing. So this is actually
Totally
fun. This is their
rough.
job in all of our animals.
Yeah.
Train them from a very young age with positive reinforcement. It's like a really
Like
fun day.
strong.
They get to come out,
Yeah.
meet people, get
Like
some
hay,
treats,
yeah.
go see another part of the world, and then they get to go home and nap.
Sam, did you try it? Did you touch?
There's like, I want to come, I'm going to retire and just come live here with
It's
the
like
animals.
a
Have a
really
bad life.
rough
Anybody
rug.
else?
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna go ahead and say goodbye to little Miss Snooki then.
Hi, Snooki. Oh, I forgot to smell her.
Just happy to go out.
They just go right in.
Yep, as long as you have the right snacks. That is key.
Gotta know the buttons.
So does the porcupine chew on the cloth?
One of our males does. She's pretty good about not doing it. That being said, if I left her in there long enough, she probably would. All right, guys, so we have one more North American animal for you, and his name is Bayou, and he comes to us from the swamps here in North America. All right, so this here
Oh, my
is
gosh.
Bayou, and we're gonna have a bit of a guessing game to see if you guys know what kind of animal he is. So raise your hand if you think Bayou is a crocodile.
No.
All right, we got some for crocodile. Raise your hand if you think Bayou is an alligator. All right, now raise your hand if you think Bayou is a crocagator. I'm just kidding, crocogators don't exist. If you guys said alligator, you are correct. Now, there's a couple ways to tell the difference, but I think the best way is if you guys look at this mouth. You guys see how it's very rounded? It's shaped kind of like the letter U. So the alligators have a U-shaped mouth. Crocodiles, on the other hand, they've got a very pointy V-shaped mouth. Excellent. And so that's the best way to tell them apart. Another way is when they're full grown. The crocodiles, they get a lot larger and they're a lot more aggressive than alligators here. But that's not to say that Bayou is any sort of wimp, because when alligators are full grown, they can top out at 15 feet long and weigh up to 1,000 pounds. Now what comes along with that really big size is a really big bite. These guys have one of the strongest bites in the animal world. So when they slam their jaws shut, if you guys wanted to pry them open again, it would take the strength of lifting a small car. So we're always very, very careful when working around these alligators.
Yeah.
Now, despite all this ferocity, they actually make some of the best mothers in the reptile world. So out in the swamps, when her babies first hatch out of their eggs in the nest on the bank of the swamp, she's going to hear all of them calling, and it's going to sound just like this. Can you guys make that sound? Very good. So mom's going to hear all her babies calling, and she's going to rush up to that nest, and she's going to scoop them up in her mouth, nice and gentle, and then carry them down to the water for their very first swim. But she's not done yet. She's going to protect and defend those babies with her life for the next 2 years. So these guys really do make some of the best mothers in the reptile world. Now, if you look closely at Bayou here, you can see that he's got a couple things to help him out in the swamps where he lives. So first off, what kind of feet does he have? Webbed feet, very good. So just like duck's feet, he's going to use them to swim and paddle through the swamps. Now he also has this long, strong, powerful alligator tail, and that's going to be like his boat rudder to help guide him through the swamps. But I think the coolest thing about alligators is these guys actually have their very own built-in pair of swim goggles. So he actually has a second set of eyelids. So the first set goes up and down like ours, but the second set goes across the other way to help him see underwater. Do you guys want to see him show it off?
Yes.
Yeah? All right, so I'm going to do it a couple times so that everyone hopefully gets a chance to see it. All right, so I'm going to start right here with you guys, all right? And so I'm going to close his eye, and then the first eyelid's going to go up, and the other one's going to shoot across real quick, so you have to look very closely for it. Yeah, it's like lightning quick.
On this side, okay.
All right, ready, guys? It's lightning fast.
Wait, okay, we need to see that. Wait.
I saw it retract.
I know, it's super fast. That's exactly what he's going to use underwater to see in the dark, murky waters of the swamps. Now, we have another nickname for these alligators here. We like to call them America's True Comeback Kid. And that's because about 30 years ago, these alligators almost went extinct. There were almost none left on the planet, and that would have been a really sad thing. But a good thing happened. Some people noticed that they were having a really tough time out in the wild, and so what they did is they created a lot of great laws and protections. Now if you guys go down to the swamps of Florida, Louisiana, Mississippi, you're going to see thousands of Bayou's cousins down there. So these guys made an amazing comeback from the brink of extinction, and we're really happy to have them around today. All right, James, are you feeling brave enough to come on up and meet Bayou? All right, so you're going to do a nice flat hand, and you're going to touch on the tail and only the tail. Stay as far away from that bitey end as possible.
Give him a hug.
All right. So do you guys want to meet Bayou too? All right, so I'm going to come to you guys. All right, so everyone just stay put. You're going to do a nice flat hand, nice and gentle, right on the tail and only the tail. Very good. There we go.
It's so cool. Oh, it's so rough.
Marty.
All right, so you three girls want to kind of come a little bit closer. We're going to go one at a time right on the tail here. There we go. And Zerlina's going to get you some hand sanitizer.
Mom, it's so rough.
Very good.
Did you
It's actually pretty smooth on the side and pretty rough on the top. Very good. Anybody else want to give it a try?
That's my first. I never thought I was just thinking that.
Like, I'm never going to have a
Not since it was born. Actually, we have 6 American alligators, and all of them are previous pets. So they come to us when people realize that they don't make such a great home. They usually get them as hatchlings when they're really
Hey,
little.
so what's the difference between an alligator and a crocodile?
Pet material.
Is that like 8 inches long when they're born?
What's the difference? What's the difference?
They have different names.
But they grow very slowly. They live over 6 years.
No, the
So,
alligator sees
this
you
one's only a
later,
couple
and the
years old, it's
crocodile
about the size.
sees you
So I
After a
while.
while.
by when they're born. Is that
I don't get that.
Yeah, they're very
Crocodile.
So when they see something, they're going to snap at it. Because when they're little,
Did Christian just go
they're
boo?
so hungry all the time. They're constantly
He goes
eating
boo.
So anything they see, any insect or small animal or fish, they're going to go after.